This is TechCrunch. Meta has raised the stakes in big tech's fight against AI regulation. The Facebook maker is investing tens of millions of dollars into a new super PAC to fight state-level tech policy proposals that could stifle AI advancement. That's according to a report by Axios. Meta's Pro-AI PAC, called the American Technology Excellence Project, is the company's latest effort to combat policies it sees as harmful to the development of AI. Last month, Meta launched a California-focused PAC to back tech-friendly candidates in state races. Axios reports that Meta's new super PAC will be run by Republican veteran Brian Baker and Democratic consulting firm Hilltop Public Solutions, and will work to elect tech-friendly politicians from both parties in next year's midterm elections. Rachel Holland, a Meta spokesperson, told the outlet that the Super PAC will focus on promoting and defending U.S. tech companies and leadership, advocating for AI progress, and putting parents in charge of how their children experience online apps and AI technologies. The focus on parental control comes amid growing child safety concerns surrounding AI tools. Meta has come under particular scrutiny after leaked internal documents showed the company's chatbots were allowed to have romantic chats with kids, and whistleblower reports allege that the company may have suppressed research on child safety. Meta has not shared which states its super PAC would focus on, nor how many people the PAC would employ. The PAC comes at a time when many states are proposing AI regulations, spurred by a perceived failure of the federal government to address the issue. More than 1,000 bills were introduced in all 50 states related to AI during the 2025 legislative session. In California specifically, 2 bills passed and are awaiting signature or veto by Governor Gavin Newsom: SB 243, a bill that would regulate AI companion chatbots to protect minors and vulnerable users, and SB 53, a bill that would set new transparency requirements on large AI companies. Reached for comment, Meta VP of Public Policy Brian Rice said the new group would support the election of state candidates across the country who embrace AI development, champion the U.S. technology industry, and defend American tech leadership at home and abroad. Silicon Valley has picked up the pace this year to try to curb states' abilities to pass AI legislation, arguing that such a patchwork would be difficult for powerful AI companies to navigate and slow down innovation at a time when the U.S. is racing to beat China in AI development. Last month, Andreessen Horowitz and OpenAI President Greg Brockman launched a Silicon Valley super PAC with $100 million dedicated to advocating against AI regulation. Earlier this year, a proposal that would bar states from regulating AI at all for 10 years almost made it into the federal budget, but was ultimately struck down. Robotics companies often have to deal with a simple but confounding problem. Robots produce a lot of data. Even a simple robot can easily produce up to a terabyte of data per day, since they continuously capture data from cameras and sensors. Sydney, Australia-based Alloy thinks it can help with that issue. The startup is building data infrastructure for robotics companies to help them process and organize all the data their robots collect from various sources, including sensors and cameras. At its core, Alloy encodes and labels the data it collects and allows users to search through their data using natural language to find bugs and errors. Users can also set up rules to catch and flag issues in the future, similar to how observability tools flag errors in software code. The current pattern is you look for some kind of anomaly, and then you'll replay the data. Joe Harris, the founder and CEO of Alloy, told TechCrunch. They then are spending hours scrubbing through this data, looking for these issues that have been flagged to them, trying to diagnose from that, while not really having a good view as to whether this has happened before, if it's a high-severity issue, or this one-off edge case. Considering how much data a single robot produces, as robotics companies look to scale, this data problem will continue to compound. Harris has been fascinated by robotics since he was a kid, but when he graduated from college in 2018, there weren't many opportunities to work in the field, so he instead worked multiple roles across Australian tech companies, including Atlassian and telehealth startup Eucalyptus. Last year, he decided the time was right to launch a robotics company of his own. He originally thought he'd focus on building robots for the agriculture industry due to an interest in vertical farming. But when he started talking to other founders, the issue of managing the data robots produce kept coming up. He figured he might as well solve that problem first. Harris said, "If I need to solve this problem for myself and my robotics company, I will have a great horizontal solution. Perhaps that would be a more important near-term mission, to help enable other robotics companies to spend less time on data plumbing and more time on getting to that high reliability." Since its launch in February, Alloy has signed 4 Australian robotics companies as design partners and looks to push into the US market this year. Alloy has also raised a little more than $3 million in a pre-seed round that was led by Blackbird Ventures, with participation from Airtree Ventures, Xtal Ventures, and Skip Capital, in addition to angel investors from robotics companies. The company doesn't have too many direct competitors yet. Many robotics companies are either retrofitting existing data management tools that aren't designed for the multimodal data robots produce, or are attempting to build their own internal data management tools. As commercial use cases for robotics continue to increase, Alloy hopes it will be able to capture a good share of the growing market. Harris said that, "It's never been a better time to build a robotics company. I really want to make it possible for the next 10,000, 100,000 robotics companies that don't yet exist, that inevitably will not have to necessarily reinvent the wheel, like every company has." That's it from TechCrunch. For more tech stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.